Yellow. Okay, when I said pause on my previous segment I recorded, I didn't know that it was going to automatically save the video to the camera roll whenever I went to another app. I was leaving Cleveland where my yoga studio is at, and I didn't want to miss like the turn. I turned on the maps and I went back and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, what the hell? So I was thinking, I'm like, okay, well, I didn't finish what I was talking about, you know? I didn't finish yapping, and I feel like I was onto something. And I don't like editing my videos. I literally like, not that I put no effort into the videos, like sometimes I'll like, brainstorm on like the title, and then once I have a title, I'll like record a video revolving around that theme in a sense. But let me get comfy. But yeah, I was thinking I'll probably have this just be a separate video on its own, just elaborating on what I was going with before. And I remember it was something along the line on like, okay, trying to like get my thoughts back together. I was talking about how, we're all kind of just going through this slump right now because of the events going on in the season and the year. So we're all just kind of, feeling the energy. And I was just elaborating on, just go watch the other video, self-promo. So I remember the last thing I was talking about, maybe, was kind of just like, I was humbled this holiday season just because it's like we forget really, like, it's not about what you get. It's about the family time. And I saw all of my family and it was so beautiful. It was such a beautiful experience. So it was like humbling to my soul. Not to my soul, to my mind, but like it fulfilled my soul on a different level than I feel like I've ever experienced, like on a holiday actually. It was really nice. I'm watching the flurries. Can you see them? I record on my iPhone, and I wish on the iPhone that like there were kind of just more features for recording in a sense. I'm breaking out. Ow. It hurts. I have chocolate on my face. My protein shake. Oh, that's crazy. I went into the library like that. Yeah, I went into the library. So I drove back from Cleveland. It was like an hour's drive. I stopped. I currently stay at my boyfriend's house, so I stopped at my house to grab a couple things. Like some school books, some exo markers, stuff like that. An outfit for New Year's Eve. Nothing too fancy. And then I figured, while I was out there, I'm reading this book right now called Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. It's such a beautiful book. I'm in the state where, like, in the fall and winter, my primary focus on reading is, like, fiction. And, like, the whole fiction category, And then in spring and summer, I'll do, like, nonfiction, the self-help books. You know. So, I think I've been on a reading kick for like 2 years where I'll fall out of it for like just a little bit, like maybe a month maximum, and then I'll get right back to it. So I got 3 books by the same author, Mitch Albom. Don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. But I've read 3 books by this author already. The first one being The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. The next one, I think The Next Person You Meet in Heaven. And then recently, I read The Magic Spring... I'm silly. The Magic Strings of Frankie Presto. And that was a really good book because it was a novel. It was a novel, and it just I'm very, in my soul, feel musical, musician energy, you know? I play the ukulele and the guitar and then piano, I sing. Very musically. Where was I going with that? Well, yeah, that's why I like the book, you know? So this book I got by him is called The Little Liar. I'm interested to read this because the theme of it's Holocaust, you know? So I'm open. The next one I got was For One More Day. And I hope this is not a sequel or anything. No, it doesn't seem like it. It seems like its own story in itself. So I got that one, and then this one, The Timekeeper. And I'm pretty sure there's a movie about this. But I'm not sure. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So yeah, I got these 3 books, and then I read John Green's Turtles All the Way Down, and I really like the style of it. How, the character just so, there's so much detail put into the character, you know? So I really wanted to read other books by that author. So I went to the library, and I was looking for Alaska, but they didn't have it, so I placed it on hold. And then, what was the other fucking one? Paper Towns. I watched the movie to that. So I'm like, okay, I really like doing that, watching the movie and then reading the book, just because I prefer it that way instead of reading the book and then watching the movie, because watching the movie and then reading the book, you have the movie, you have the story, but then in the book it just goes into so much more detail. I feel like when you read the book and then watch the movie, sometimes that can lead to disappointment in a sense, because it's okay, they forgot this, and this, and this. The books never do that. The books never leave out shit. At least not anything I've ever experienced. So, my doggy's barking. I'm not gonna sit here for too long. So yeah, I watched the movie The Notebook. It's my favorite movie ever. It's so fucking cute. I watched that movie and then read the book. Chef's kiss. I can't think of anything else right now off the top of my head. But yeah, that's that. So yeah, I think I just went on this little tangent about books just because during this time of the year, something I can look it's kind of not in a depressing way sometimes. It's yeah, you feel there's nothing to look forward to, you know? There are things to look forward to. I'm gonna make that the title of this video. There are things to look forward to, whether it be big or small. I feel with media and mainstream and all that shit, we just see all these big events, and it's like, it doesn't have to be that big. I feel like when those big events aren't happening in our lives, we feel so small, and we don't deserve to have external forces like make us feel like that, you know? We don't deserve that. So I feel like just looking forward to finding something to look forward to, whether that be, like, for me, books. I look forward to books on a daily basis. I look forward to books and, like, you know, doing my night routine and hopping into bed and then, like, journaling, and then the final stage of my night routine. The final stage is just reading a book, catching up on some, you know, just self-care, some intentional self-care time. I really enjoy that. And there's, like, you know, love a good shower. I love a good skincare moment. I love a good skincare moment. It's just little things to look forward to. And it's just gonna vary amongst everyone based on character. Like, you know? I feel like I'm kind of like introvert loner. Not loner, because I don't feel lonely when I'm by myself. I really don't. Like, I do prefer sometimes just, like, the non-human interaction. Like, let me just get lost in a book. Or lost in whatever I was doing. Like, yesterday, my boyfriend got me a Groot Lego set. And I put, like, 75% of it together. It was, like, just 2 hours of just, like, you know, lost in the sauce. You know? Take care of yourself how you need to take care of yourself, and stop looking how everyone else, stop looking and comparing how everyone else is taking care of themselves, because 9 times out of 10 it's not for you. You can get inspired, but don't think because, you know, me reading, like, this is not for some people. Some people will not find the passion that I have in reading. So therefore, like, don't force yourself to read. It's like something like that. Like, don't force yourself to do something you're not passionate about. We're all different and we're all human. That's what makes us unique and individual, is doing all the things that make us different. I did want to show, dang, my phone's overheating. Whoa. I wanted to show this little thing that I got. Can I zoom? No. I heard the I have the iPhone 15 or 16 or something like that. I think iPhone 15. And I heard that the iPhone 17 is more, like, creator friendly. And I don't consider myself a creator, but I do like the tools and stuff. I would like to use the tools and stuff that is in that category, you know? Like, if I could just zoom in, and if I could have just showed you, like, oh, that'd be cool. Or if I pause, I can come right back to it and unpause it and pick up where it left off and not save a whole video as itself. I'm not in the stage where I want to edit, you know? And I don't know if I'll ever be. You know what I'm saying? And I wish during, like, a video, I could just, like, flip the camera and show you the pretty. I don't think you can see it. I can't see it. Yeah, you can a little bit. No. Like, those are just my wishes, Apple. So yeah, that's all I have. Yapping. I'm gonna upload the 2 videos I recorded today, just because I didn't record one yet last week. I really wanted to do, like, what I got for Christmas, but I found myself, I put away everything, and then I'm like, I put away everything at that point, like, had it in its spot, like, we're not playing that game. So yeah, that would have been cool, but maybe next year. So yeah, today's Monday, December 29th, 2025, the day of the crown chakra. We're free and flowing. Our energies are balanced, masculine, feminine. And we know we're one with the universe because we want to learn.